Uh, Today we are going to discuss about Palo Alto, and we are not going to discuss about PCNSE syllabus. We are going to discuss about EDU 210, and it is an official training which has been conducted by the Palo Alto itself. And you guys will not get EDU 210 training anywhere else. So everybody will be giving a training about PCNSE itself. Okay. And what is the major difference between uh, PCNSE and EDU 210 is like in PCNC NSE it will be more into theoretical part, and it is an exam oriented training and certification. But when it comes to the EDU 210, it will be like the training will be like for the tech people, those who have already work on network security, or those who are a network engineer, those who want to switch into the fire security or firewall security, or else someone into the cyber security, this kind of field. This course is highly recommended, like EDU 210. If you are good in PCNSE or anything, then you will be hired as like somewhere as a firewall administrator or firewall admin or anything, and you will be not having that much of privilege in your organizations or anything. Like if you are good in PCNSE, but if you are good in EDU 210, it is all about like implementation and designing of the firewall. Okay, I'll show you the details. What all the course details it is mentioned officially by the Palo Alto itself. And mainly the thing is like Palo Alto EDU 210, the training will be conducted in Asia. There is only one official training institute, and apart from that, nobody is going to give you EDU 210. It is very like a very difficult thing to arrange this EDU 210 training for you guys. Details, course details it is. Sorry, someone said something.
इसमें क्या है?
What?
Oh, no, I think it's by mistake.
Yeah.
So, guys, this is going to be an official Palo Alto training.
So See, this is the course module, and first we'll learn about the portfolio and architecture of the firewall. Next is the initial configuration, like when you get a new firewall, like what all the license you have to be fetched from the firewall, and you'll be getting a Palo Alto support, like official support portal. So where you can update or renew your license, everything in this portal. So using that of through internet, like initial configuration, like you have to configure organization, DNS, everything, so that your certificate should fetch from directly from there. So that all things will be covered in the initial configurations of the firewall. Then again, like managing the firewalls configurations, like security policy, or else when it come to the management configurations and all, like it has two different types. Like no other firewall has the same kind of technology, and because of that, like how it is, like there is a different plane for data plane and content plane. There are two different plane. So management will be running in a content plane, and rest of the thing like configuration part, everything will be discussed in the data plane. So we'll be more discussing about this when we come to the managing firewall configurations of this topic. Then it will come to the administrator account creations, and the what all the privileges does administrator have, and the flow of the configuration when you configure the firewall for the administrator, and if you give the access to them, like again it carries like somewhere around administrator privileges from the AD also, like LDAP or TechX or Radius server. There are different AD servers, like third party servers, which will be mapped in the firewall. Again, based on that domain and all, you can create and you can give a privilege access to the administrator also. And next is like creating a security zone. This is a very important thing. This is a common thing in PCNSE and EDU 210, like creating security zones, creating security policy, everything. But in EDU 210, it is like a very depth knowledge, like how the packet flows in the firewall, like inbound traffic, outbound traffic, ingress and egress traffic, how it is flowing from the firewall. Each and everything will be explained in this course. Okay, next we'll come to the security policy creations. Like uh, you have to create some zones in the Palo Alto firewall. Like why? Because it is then again a zone-based firewall. Until unless if you are not creating a zone or anything, this firewall will not work, and there will be a certain restrictions in the interface level itself. Why? Because of the security reasons, which has been built by the Palo Alto firewall. So that is the reason it is trending in the market, and worldwide it is an very best firewall, we call it as. So then again, coming up with the NAT concept, you might have know, as you all are a network engineer, or uh, you will be working in the same domain or different domain also, you will be having idea about NAT. But the configuration part and different types of NAT, like source NAT, destination NAT, U-turn NAT, PAT, everything will be explained in the theoretical part as well as in the practical also. Then after the practical completion of the practical, I'll share you the lab scenarios, everything, so that you could have practice that uh, Palo Alto NAT configurations and all. Why? Because suddenly if you are coming and seeing this firewall, like using an interface, it will be a bit difficult. So uh, we'll be start from the basic to advanced level. Okay. Then the important thing is like app ID, content ID, and user ID. So this all things is covered in this. So see in this, like this is the difference between PCNSE and EDU 210. Why I'm saying in the sense, like in PCNSE, what is app ID? Like they'll be giving you some application dictionary, everything, and they used to say that you can just refer this application dictionary, and based on that you can configure here. But it is not the thing like that. Like how the firewall is allowing the app ID, why it is important, and what all the disadvantage of app ID also, like how you have to configure, how will be the packet flow till if you are creating one security policy, how will be the packet flow till app ID, how will be the packet flow till user ID, how will be the packet flow till content ID, each and everything will be explained here. And the main part is blocking a threats using security profiles, web traffic, and URL filtering. This is not covered in PCNSE. And as uh, this is not covered in PCNSE part, this is the only concept which will be explained in EDU 210. Okay, and threads and wirefire blocking. These three concept I'm going to explain you each and everything, but the practical part and everything will be I'll be showing you like how to create the security policy, everything and all. And due to the licensing part and all, Palo Alto will not allow you to show this. Okay, like live traffic you can't monitor, but configuration part, how to create this security policy for blocking a threat, blocking a URL filtering, web traffic, everything will be discussed in the class. Okay, last is like this is an SSL encryption part, and this will take around 2 or 3 classes, maximum 3 classes, or else uh, if I get the time, like first day I'll finish the theoretical part of SSL, and in SSL I'll be explaining you like Def-Hellman algorithm, as well as how the uh, SSL encryption happened, decryption happened. Each and every process will be explained. Like it has some 9 to 11 steps in that SSL encryption and decryption. Everything will be explained. Along with that, I'll show you the practical part also. This is like last is like certification and training part. So you can go with the PCNSE or PCNSE certification after this training. So if someone asks you like there is no certification for EDU 210 or 220 or 330, there is a certification called PCNSA, that is a basic level certification, and the PCNS is like Palo Alto Certified Network Security Expert. This is an highest level certification of Palo Alto Firewall, next generation firewall. So after this training also you can take the certification if some company has some mandatory kind of things and all, you can take this certification. Okay, or else you will be like after completion of this training, you will be able to give the interview for Palo Alto TAC also. Okay, each and everything is covered in this, and this supplement part, this in the official training also, this in if you have taken official training for the Palo Alto, this supplement parts will not going to cover. Why? Because Palo Alto is considering it as a cybersecurity uh, devices and all. Like, so they are not going to give you training about like global protect, high availability, VPN, and zone protections and everything. This is not covered, but we are covering here, and I'll show you like how to configure the global protect, how to configure the HA availability, and site-to-site VPN and zone protection. Why? Because this is a very important topic. Like if your organization is having like Palo Alto firewall, so obviously nowadays everyone is working from home or anything. So in that case, like you have to connect to the VPN, right? So Palo Alto has a solution of called Global Protect. So I'll show you how to configure the Global Protect. High availability also it is required. Like for the redundancy purpose, uh, we need high availability, and VPN, site-to-site VPN, IPsec tunnel, everything will be explained, and theoretical part as well as the practical part will be shown to you. And I'll be creating the scenario and I'll giving it to you. Apart from that, if you have any doubt or anything, you can just inform me. Like different types of scenario. Like there is no mandatory kind of thing. Like if I am putting some scenario and if your guys are not able to understand, or you might have some doubts in different scenario also, you can just approach me. I'll help you out anytime. Like whenever I see the WhatsApp or anything, I'll just reply back to you. And if it is required, I'm here to help you guys. Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, is there any hierarchy? Like, do we need to first complete Edu 210 and then go with PC and SE, or is there any hierarchy of learning the
No,
which is the
see,
basic and which is
that is
advanced
what I
level?
said. Like there is a hierarchy. Like one is a PCNSA and PCNSA. That is completely a certification part. Okay,
Okay.
you can just tell the people that I have a Palo Alto certification. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
things are not like that. Okay, it isn't. If you are hired as some firewall administrator or cybersecurity engineer or anything. So you will be like, you should know everything. Though you
Okay.
have the access, or though you don't have the access, but you should be knowing everything, each and everything about the firewall, correct? So that thing you will get it here. So along with
Got it.
this, there is another one solution that is a complementary part which will be given from the networking side. That is EDU 220. That is a panorama. So like
Got it.
if you have one or two firewall, each and every firewall you will log in and you can do the configuration changes in the firewall, correct? So what
Yeah.
if you have 100 firewall? So if you want to do changes in 100 firewall at a single point of view, like centralized cluster management, what we can say. So just do the configuration changes in the panorama, just push it to the firewall. So I am giving training about EDU 220 also. Why? Because networking has told me to just brush up with the concept of panorama. So I'm not going to not going to cover just a brush up part. I'm going to tell you like what is panorama and what are the different modes of panorama and how to configure the panorama, then how to attach the firewall to the panorama. Along with this, I'm going to cover that also. And along with that, while doing configurations or anything, this is completely based on you guys, like how you are asking me the question. Okay. How you are going to study. Based on your study, you will get some doubts or anything. If you ask me something, along with that, I'll tell you the troubleshooting scenarios also. Why? Because I will be having more live troubleshooting scenarios. Almost I'm having like 8+ years of experience in network security and cyber security. Currently, I'm working as a senior cyber security engineer in some organization. So I'll be having like day to day, we are working on these firewalls on different technologies also. So if you have anything, I'm here to explain you each and everything. There is nothing like that. I could have hide something with you. Troubleshooting part, if it is, I'm not able to show like some things will be there that I can't show you in the class and all. Why? Because it's completely like some kind of offensive kind of thing. That thing will not be covered. But I'll tell you like how to implement that kind of thing, and based on your risk, you can implement that thing. So the main part is like if you are thorough with the EDU 210 and 220, you can able to easily troubleshoot. You know, no need of anyone, any support or anything. And another part is like I'll give you the official lab manual for you, like EDU 210 and 220 official lab module, where that module will not get anywhere else. Okay, I'll share you that thing also. And anything else is required
Yeah,
from
those
this?
who have completed CCNA, CCNP, they only have the knowledge of to learning this Palo Alto. Or, for example, I am new for the networking field. I'm
Hmm.
having a 1 year of experience. I like a NOC engineer. Like I know about what is a router, what is mean by firewall, the basic definitions
So
and basic concepts.
if you are a network engineer or anything, that is more than enough. See,
No, I
nowadays
know like only the basic definitions. I'm not aware
you
about the
know what is,
configuration.
you know
Mm,
at least what is router, what is switch.
yeah.
That
Yes.
is enough. Okay, rest of the thing I'll start from the basic. That's
No
what
need
I
of a
said.
PCNE, CCNP directly. We can go for a Palo Alto. I'm asking.
Yeah, you can go for that directly. You can get the Palo Alto training as you are working as a NOC engineer. You can
Mm.
learn the firewall. Why? Because nowadays there is not that much of scope. Like if you are working in only single one technology,
Mm.
at least you should be having one. Like for network engineers, at least you should be having one network experience as well as firewall experience, or as network experience, cloud experience,
Okay,
network
but
experience,
CCNA they
DevOps
will have
experience.
like they will telling a packet tracer how we configure the
So
VLAN,
that
how we
is,
configure.
see, that is for network engineer, correct? So
Okay,
network engineer things will not work in the firewall.
okay, got
There
it.
are different standards for the firewall, and like how will be in the organization in the sense, uh, to the public network and to the private network, you are the middle person if you are hired as a firewall engineer.
Mm.
Okay, so everything you will decide. Network engineer is not like that, right? Either you will be working in ISP side, like in the public network, or else you will be
So,
working in the private network, like your organization network. That comes switching, or else if you
mm,
are in the public network, like MPLS, BGP, routing part.
yes.
So this firewall has that concept also, routing concept. I'll
Mm,
show you. Like I'll
mm,
configure and show you like how to configure the routing part in the firewall. So routing part also is required. So
mm,
like see, if your organization is having like let's assume if your headquarters is running in OSPF, okay,
mm,
and if you have buy some new organization which is having network setup of RIP configuration, let's assume. So that's comes under two routing protocol, correct?
mm,
So as a firewall engineer, you can have to just connect two cable in the firewall, just one configuration that is we call it as in the firewall we call it as vWire, but in the routing concept VRF, virtual route
mm,
forwarding, if I'm not wrong, correct? So that
yeah,
the
correct.
same kind of thing in we will be configured in the vWire. So your two organization different routing will be connected in a single point.
Mm. So for that, we need a basic concept like BGP, OSPF, what you're telling. We should know about that. No, we should aware about that. So then only we
No,
can.
that is see that is not required again.
Okay.
BGP routing, when you are working as a network engineer, that is a mandatory kind of thing. You should be having deep knowledge in that. But here
Mm,
in this, like you should be having some knowledge about routing part that we are going to explain you in the class, like static
okay.
routing, dynamic routing, or some distributed kind of routing, everything. And
Mm.
as a firewall engineer, you should be know that how we have to connect the things
Okay, they won't ask like
securely.
a basic experience in a firewall because I am moving like a knock to firewall engineer. Now, definitely they will ask a experienced guy for firewall, right? So there also like a L1, L2, like a hiring position will be there.
Yeah, in the firewall also L1, L2 hiring positions will be there. And as you are a network engineer, that is an added advantage for you. Like
Mm.
people will not ask you like if you are going for the firewall interviews and all, especially for the Palo Alto interview, they are not going to ask you about the network part.
Okay.
Rarely they'll ask you about the network part. Rest of the
Mm.
peoples will ask you like the packet flow of the firewall.
Mm.
That
Okay.
flow, that training, and that knowledge will get it from this course, EDU 210.
Mm-hmm. That also you will be teaching, right? EDU 210
Yeah,
fully from the
EDU
scratch.
210 is only I am teaching. I'm not
Okay.
teaching PCNSE. I'm not
Oh.
concentrating about the certification part. Why? Because if you are good in EDU 210, certification will be cleared easily.
Mm.
But if you are
Okay.
good in EDU 210, if you join some organization, directly you have to just understand the infrastructure, then you can start working on the firewall.
They won't ask a PCNSE.
No. See,
Oh.
PCNSE is that's what I said. It is an certification part. Certification is a different kind of thing, and this technical things is a different kind of thing.
So while applying itself, they're asking it's a mandatory. For example, CCNA is mandatory, PCNSE is mandatory, PCNSE
See,
is
that is
mandatory.
what I said. If you complete the EDU 210, you will be having
Mm.
technical knowledge as well as
Okay.
conceptual knowledge about the firewall, Palo Alto firewall.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
if they are giving you as a mandatory kind of thing, you clear the PCNSE certification easily. If you know this thing, you can easily able to clear the PCNSE.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else want to ask something about this
Yeah,
course or
Rohit.
yeah, yeah,
So, Rohit, I just want to know, like, like how we are, forwarding the course. Like, you share us some structure of the course.
yeah.
So, could you please, give us more information? Like, I was going through one of, another demo from the another instructor. So
Hmm.
they were talking about like the panorama, Prisma. So
Hmm.
are those topics we are also covering in this?
See, Prisma isn't different. It is an entirely different kind of thing. Okay,
Yeah.
panorama and firewall we are going to discuss here.
And like the global protect.
Yeah, global product also I'm covering here.
And like after taking the course, what will be the skill of the person after taking this course? Like up to
See,
the what?
that is what I said. See, I can give you the document,
Mhm.
lab guide, everything. Okay. By seeing that document, you guys can able to handle the firewall, or you can able to do anything in the firewall. But why I'm here to explain you about the conceptual wise. Okay. So if I give you the lab of initial configuration or else creating a security policy in the firewall, okay. By seeing the lab manual, you can log in the firewall. Just go to the policy, click on the security tab, click on add, create the policy, done.
And like what are the things we like? Are we getting some PDF files, or like we are getting access for the labs? What will the
You are
access
getting
for the
access for the lab, and PDF files will be shared from my side, lab guide.
and
Okay.
will we
And
have the option of the recordings like for the previous recording or like from the another instructor?
Yes, yes. So, guys, hi, I'm Gaurav from networking. So, basically, one thing I just want to clear out. Previous batch videos you're getting, one thing. Additionally, last month we delivered Prisma access. Okay, it's almost around 10 hours course, and like for the labs we paid almost 3 lakh rupees, because lab is very very expensive for Prisma. So we are giving a complimentary videos for Prisma access, whatever we delivered in last month, so that video access you're getting for 10 hours.
Okay. And
Yes.
like for the lab, like is there some time period for the lab access, like, or it's 24/7 for us?
24 into 7, anytime you can access the lab. However, the duration for 3 months, most probably this course is going to be for 2 months. And additionally, 1 month we are giving to do the practice. And if you want to take it, then there is an additional cost for that.
And that the timing will be same, like 9 p.m.
Yes, correct.
And like what long it will, like from 9 to 10:30, I guess.
again, it depends on the topics. Like
Okay. Oh
some
yeah.
topics will
Okay.
be covered in 1 hour, some topics will be covered in 1.5 hour, or some topics it will take 2 hours.
And
Like
it will
as I
be from
said,
Monday to Friday.
yeah. So as I said, like if you want to discuss about SSL kind of thing, so I can't stop in the middle, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for
I understood.
explaining SSL concept, like 9 to 11 steps, it has different steps. Along with that, I have to explain def-Hellman algorithm also, like RSA tokens, how it is getting in the firewall. So explaining all that thing, it will take around 1.5 hour. In middle of that, if you got some doubt or if you're not understanding, again I have to repeat the things. So it will take time. So
And like one part for the labs, like in the labs we have pre-built labs, or we have the the rights to make the topology as per our need, or
no, you can't able to make the topology. I'll create the topology and give it to you. If you want some topology or anything, I'll just create and share it with you. You can able to access that.
so like they are predefined labs, and on that we are going to work.
So, guys,
Not
not
predefined
only one lab,
labs, like
of
for
labs network.
explanation and all, like for the practical, once I'll complete with the theoretical part. So I'll come to the practical thing. Okay, I'll show you like how to configure SLA or SSL or anything. So I have created one lab, right? So you can practice in that lab. Apart from that, if you
Okay.
want some different scenario or anything, I'll create the scenario and give it to you so that you can able to practice in that lab.
Yeah, I just request like if you gave us a some detailed content of the course, that will be more helpful, because you shared us some brief. So I'm just curious, like if I get some detailed content of the course, that will help.
Yeah, sure. I'll share you after the meeting. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
And if you complete this firewall, in the sense, what kind of job, like it like a night shift jobs only,
No,
right?
shift will be depend on your organization, but your role will be like network security engineer,
Mm.
firewall engineer, firewall administrator, or else more probably like if you are good in Palo Alto firewall, you might have a chances, 80% chances of hiring as a cyber security engineer in network security.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
have.
Thing I just want to clear out, like a Rohit is
Okay, we can
expert.
move into like cybersecurity. You're telling if you're
Yeah.
uh,
If you are very good in firewall, that is what I
mhm.
said. Uh, See, configuration part anybody can do, but if you know the concept, like how it is, if you know the concept, if something goes wrong at that time, you'll be like exactly picking up the things like, yeah, this is the mistake we did. That is why we are getting this kind of error. So for that, conceptual wise, understanding is very important. So if you don't know the conceptual wise, you can't able to troubleshoot anything.
Yeah, for that network security, like cybersecurity means we need like basic things, right? Routers, everything should be, we
No,
should
no,
be aware
no,
of it.
no, no, no. I'm talking about firewall.
Oh, we have a different role in cybersecurity, like a base.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Cybersecurity. There is an profile, like there is a different team sitting for network security. Okay. So here you will be not doing any network jobs. You will be managing the firewall or
mhm.
proxy.
Okay, threats and all
So
we should be identified.
yeah, so that is all it has covered here, like blocking the threats, SSL
Hello.
configuration. Yeah.
Like I am new to this firewall thing. Why should I go to Palo Alto or this FortiGate? Why should I go for Palo Alto only?
See, first the thing is like it is in world's best firewall. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And each and every organization using Palo Alto firewall.
Okay.
And the
Is this not
second,
Cisco? Comes
what?
under is this not comes under Cisco firewall or like a
No,
this
no.
Palo Alto is different?
Cisco is using FTD, firepower.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is in different firewall.
Okay.
What about for FortiGate? What are the advantages using FortiGate or Palo Alto? Some will be no.
Uh, as compared to FortiGate, Palo Alto is more secured. And recently, like 6 months back, FortiGate got compromised. You might have heard the news. I'm not sure,
No.
but
No, no.
till now there is no complaint about the Palo Alto firewall. And there was some one bug in version 10.2.4 H4. Okay. So apart from that, there is no complaint in the till now in the Palo Alto firewall. And compared to all other firewall, it is very easy to use. Like user interface is very easy. You'll get everything in the dashboard itself.
Okay, okay. Got it, sir.
When you
Here we
compare
need
it
any
with
coding like
no,
commands.
no, no coding is required. Coding is an again different kind of thing.
Like if the question answer are cleared, Rohit, you said you are going to start SSL. So could you please?
No, no. What is required?
Yeah, you said you are you are sharing some highlights of the SSL. So yeah, we can start. Like I think most of the question is taken. So
No, see, SSL is an when about to complete the course at that time we are going to discuss about SSL. Now I am explaining the SSL. You will not understand. First, we'll start from the basic, like what is firewall, why firewall is required, and what is the difference between normal firewall and next generation firewall. Then, what is the highlight point in the Palo Alto firewall? Like it is an again next generation firewall. Then again, we will be discussing about architecture and portfolio of the Palo Alto firewall. And again, we are discussing about different model of the firewall, hardware capacity, everything we are going to discuss. And after that, we are coming with a traffic flow, administrator configuration, security policy creation, then NAT. This all things when it covers, then we can discuss about SSL. Or else if I'm
okay, yeah,
started
yeah.
explaining
I
XSL
thought
now,
you are taking
so
SSL topic today. Okay,
No,
not
no,
not
no.
an issue. Yeah, okay.
So first I'll start with the basic, like why we have to start it from the firewall itself, right? Not Palo Alto firewall. First we'll start from the what is firewall? What is the job role of the firewall? Like what firewall is doing? Where we are implementing the firewall. So that is very important kind of thing, right? So if you don't know where we are implementing the firewall, then all these things are like if you know this thing that is of no use, correct? If you don't know where to deploy the firewall itself. So we'll start from there.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, like I'm a not techie person. Like I am right now studying in like doing diploma in electrical engineering. I did not know even like coding about like after doing that course,
Hmm.
what job should I get? Like what should like job like I
See,
get?
this firewall training is nothing related to coding. That is a different,
Okay,
entirely different kind of thing.
okay. So like I'm a new web person. I did not know like what is firewall and
So that is what I'll start from the firewall itself.
okay. So could you
Directly
please
I'll
like
not directly
could
I'll
you,
not go with the architecture and portfolio of the firewall. I'll start from the basic. What is firewall? Why it is required?
okay, like after doing that course, what job I get and what's the basic pay salary? Like, I'm curious
See,
about it.
if you are good in Palo Alto firewall, like
Okay,
it is more than 8 LPA, 10 LPA.
okay, from starting.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So thank you. So
But
sir, could you please?
you have to
Could you,
practice in that level. Okay.
okay,
So
so
and
like
you should
our
if
technical
interviewer asks you something, you should explain in a way that you should get to know like you are more experienced into firewall. Why? Because again, if you know the Palo Alto firewall, like people will call you and hire you in the organization. Why?
okay,
Because everybody will not have idea in the Palo Alto firewall.
okay,
Okay, and if you did PCNSE also, like many people are not able to crack the interview. Why? Because they don't know the packet flow. They don't know the architecture of the firewall, complete architecture of the firewall. They might have given some answer, but after that, if they cross question something in that, they are not able to answer. So the simple question, like if I ask you, like if you are given some admin privilege in the firewall, like for me only, you have given some admin privilege. For that, you did the configuration, but you didn't commit. So where this data will be stored in the firewall? So you can't able
okay.
to answer.
Yeah,
Correct. So this all things will be explained along with that troubleshooting part and important questions along with that interview questions. Everything will be trained in this class.
And guys, just to inform you, like Rohit is expert in interview preparation, so you guys are like in a right hand. So whatever the question or whatever the doubts you have, you can ask Rohit directly during the classes.
And in this, like OSI layers are important for this? Nothing, right? Layers, what are the layers that and all we no need.
No, OSI layer, like I'll tell you, like this is an application-based firewall itself. So
Mm.
I'm not going to more discuss about the OSI layer. Mm, But if you are going for the Palo Alto interview, nobody will going to ask you about OSI layer. But if you are going as a network engineer, definitely they are going to ask OSI layer. Why?
Mm.
Because initial days, I too was a network engineer only.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. But as an org engineer also, I'm not aware about many things. They are giving a TechX comments and all. I'm not aware about in my company. I'm just learning now. And we are having a lot of tools in NOC, like we are monitoring tools. Like that, we are having in a firewall also monitoring tools, or we need to
Everything
architect.
is pre-built in Palo Alto firewall.
Okay.
Everything is available in the firewall.
But
That is
here
what
you are
I
telling architecture, topologies and all, we have to design. Nothing there. Not like that.
architecture topology we are not going to design. It has been already designed by the Palo Alto. But
Okay.
in your organization, like Palo Alto is an hardware device, what I'm saying. Okay. So like if you are getting some mobile from retailer shop or anything, it will be having some basic app built in that, correct? So for that, if you are buying some Android, for Android running application or call, message, there will be some apps will be built in there. Okay. So if you buy that phone, again you have to insert some SIM. Again, if you want to use WhatsApp, again you have to install the WhatsApp. The same kind of thing. If you are buying the Palo Alto Firewall, it has each and every feature in that. Okay, but you have to create a rule.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Because Palo Alto engineers will be not having any idea about your organization, right?
Oh,
You
based
will
on
be
our
having idea.
organization.
Yeah,
Okay.
based on your organization requirement, you have to do the configuration. See, so
Okay.
that is what I said. See, if you are a Palo firewall engineer and your organization, there is one lab setup will be there. Okay, so for that user want to access something which is related to the client somewhere it is hosted in Germany and you are in Bangalore or some locations. Okay, so directly you can't give them access, right? Why? Because your private IP will be shown in the public network. So anybody can like a bad guy who is sitting in the internet or anything, he can able to steal your information, your organization information. For that, you will be doing the source net configuration. So this thing you should be know have the idea. When you will get the idea, when you start reading the concept after my theoretical part I have completed, you start reading on the concept. Along with that, do the practical part. Then only you will be like thorough with each and every concept. So if someone come and tell you like we want access for this, so that you will be asking them question. Okay, so this is how we are segregating in the interview also. If see if someone comments it and we are not directly asking them a question like how to create an ad policy in the firewall. So what we'll be doing, see in your organization, someone is sitting in the lab network and he is trying to access your client which is hosted in Germany. If they want to access that URL, what configurations you will do in the firewall? So this question we'll ask. Okay, based on that, if that guy is asking when he is sitting in the interview, if that guy is asking like cross questioning us, like what is the requirement? So where is that URL is hosted? So that is related to our organization or it is related to client. So there only we'll get to know like this guy has worked or not. So I'll be giving you training in the same pattern so that you should have not tap in the interview. You can able to easily able to crack the interview. If you study thoroughly, like conceptual wise, practical theory, everything I'm going to explain, but your hard work and dedication is more
And
required in this.
sure. And whatever you are teaching, that we can focus, or apart from that, we need to gather knowledge from outside learning books or thing. Whatever you teach, that is enough, right?
I'm teaching each and everything which is
Mm,
related to the Palo Alto.
okay. And last one questions. As a NOC engineer, I'm telling in our team there is a like a 30 to 40 members, like L1, L2, like that. So as like this, the firewall engineers also will have a team, or in organization only 2 or 3 members will be work
See,
on that.
see
Like,
that is completely depends on the organization. See, some of the reputed organizations will be having individual contribution, or else some of the organizations will be having team where you will be had as a L1, L2, L3, or else for that there will be SME, or else some technical lead will be there, or else some you'll be hired as an analyst. Above that there will be advisor, above that senior advisor, above that consultant and chief technical officer. Like different organization is using different methods. So we can't say like that, like if you are hired as a L1, L2 or anything, you might hired as an individual contributor. So in that case, like you have to sit and work. But if you
yeah,
stuck somewhere, someone will be there to help you out.
that's
But we can't say that like you'll again L1, L2 positions will be there or not. That
okay.
that depends on the organization.
Okay. So this is like for example, for a network engineer, we are getting the project and we are working. The firewall in the sense We are working for, you said like a German. Germany will have one company. They got a company for a entire company. They have a one firewall. So for that firewall, only one firewall we are working from here, or like what else? Like I want to know about. We are asking like we are
So
working like
see,
ISP.
company will not be having only one firewall. They will be having many firewalls. Okay,
Mm,
if you go to the normal like small scale organizations also, they will be having around 40-50 firewalls.
mm,
Okay, there you will be having a lot of works. Okay, so not
okay.
only like you have to do the security policy creations or anything. Like for users, there will be some restrictions for your internal servers or anything. So you have to give access to the users also.
Mm,
They will be raising some task
mm,
uh, case. So see, if I'll give you one example. Okay, if one user is sitting in your organization, so everything will be blocked. Correct.
mm,
So if that
mm,
user want to access Gmail in your
mm,
private network,
mm,
so that case will be raised and that will be after the manager approval, that will be allocated to the engineer based on the round robin or how your organization is using. Based on that, the ticket will be allocated. So you
mm,
have to log into the firewall and you have to give Gmail access to that individual user. You can't give
mm,
access to the whole network or whole subnet. You can't give the
mm.
access, right? That is
Okay.
again the security breach.
Okay.
Correct. So
Okay.
this job will be there in the day-to-day activity. Like so everything you have to work, everything will come in a part. Okay.
Mm,
So that is the reason you should know everything.
okay.
So apart from that, in this like some of the concept is not there, which is not available in PCNSA, PCNSC, EDU 210 or anything, but we are going to discuss. But don't ask me now, like you start discussing on this thing. But while explaining the concept, that that word will come. Like some while explaining some concept, there is a concept of DNS sinkhole, which is not a part of Palo Alto training itself. You will not get it anywhere in the course, but we have to explain that, or else you will not understand. So that is why I said it may take time. Like I can't give assurance that I'll complete the class within 10:30. It may extend to 11 also, 11:30 also. Depends on the concept.
Okay, if you're learning like Palo Alto Firewall, but some companies, as I said, like they will be using a Cisco. We can be like we know about the firewall in the sense we can work in a different firewall also. The basic concept is same only for all, right?
Yeah, yeah. Basic concept is same.
Okay.
Concept is everything is same. Okay,
Yeah.
see, conceptual wise, everything is same. Like NAT will be there in this firewall also, in the Cisco firewall also, in the FortiGate firewall also. But doing a configuration, that is a different thing. But if you know the
Mm,
concept, that is fine. Okay.
mm,
For doing the configuration, you will get SOP or related document to that firewall, you will get it there.
mm. Got it.
What the point here is, you have to thorough in any of the firewall.
Mm. Okay. What is the difference like a PCNSE and PCNSNA?
PCNSN basic certifications of the firewall, like how to log in the firewall, interface of
Mm,
the firewall, initial configuration like IP address, subnet,
mm.
gateway, DNS configuration. That kind
Yeah,
of
for this
PCN is
you
an
need to,
expert level
yeah, here
certification.
you got like, I got it like subnet, what is the masking, what is subnet masking, what is DNS, everything we should know, right? That and all you will be teaching here.
Subnet, that is not a part of this training, but
Mm,
if you don't know how to calculate the subnet and all, as a firewall engineer, I'll tell you like you will be using IP calculator or anything in that
mm,
you can calculate and you will give. But in the real time, you don't have to calculate a subnet or anything.
mm.
That is very simple kind of thing, and network engineer will give you the details. Your
Okay.
job is to enable the access in the firewall.
But we need a basic knowledge about that, right?
Why you need a basic knowledge? I am a network engineer. If you are a firewall engineer, So I'll be
Mm.
giving you subnet like 192.168.0.0/24. Give this subnet access for gmail.com. I have given all the details, but your job is to log in the firewall,
Oh,
which would be the source, which would be the destination, what all the application is required to give access for the Gmail. If you are giving access for the Gmail also, there is a
mm.
different kind of scenarios will be there in the firewall, correct?
Okay.
It is not that easy. Like someone will be using application of the Gmail, someone will
Mm.
be using in the browser.
Mm.
So someone can use it in SSL, sorry, Linux also by
Mm.
using terminal command, correct?
Yes.
So that thing you have to analyze and you have to restrict.
Okay. So the entire network we are learning like a one part of this as a firewall, right?
Yeah,
Mm. Okay. For the what is the cost for the PCNSE certification?
it is somewhere around $160,
Oh,
12,
Indian
13,000.
currency.
Yeah,
3030. Okay.
not 30, 13.
13.
Yeah,
PCNSE is a cost a little bit more, 20
yeah.
comes. Okay.
No,
So
160, it
even
is
once
somewhere
we
around
completed,
15, 16,000 hardly.
okay, EDU 210 completed now, both we can do the certification.
EDU 210 don't have any certification.
Oh, no. Once we complete this EDU 210, is we are eligible for doing that two certification I'm asking, PCNSE
No
and
need to
PCN.
do PCNSE. Directly you can write PCNSE.
Okay. And
See, for writing a exam, you can just
जो वहाँ पे
practice 2, 3
हमारे
papers,
ग्रुप होते हैं
then you can write the exam.
okay.
But training conceptual wise, that is very important.
Yes, got it. But it
Anything else,
takes a
guys?
2 months, 2 months course. It's like two to 3 months.
It's not like that. It takes around like 32 to 40 hours of training.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So once we complete itself, as you said, interview, if we are able to clear the interview, like the basic, what are the questions we'll be asking, all the thing you will be giving, like uh, in
The
the
interview
interview point.
questions, I'll give it to you. Why? Because I'm only taking the interview in my organization, and
Okay.
we are going to some other organization for the audit kind of thing.
Mm,
So I know what they'll ask. So that all
okay.
questions I'll give it to you. If they ask you some trick question,
Mm,
like I asked you,
mm,
so if you
yeah.
are good in conceptual wise, you can get able to give the answer.
Okay. Is there any like or live or demo session while we are attending in the interview? They will give a lab and they will ask you to configure like that. Only theoretical part questions will be asking.
The theoretical thing only, like they'll be asking you like scenario based.
Okay.
See, I'll tell you one of the networking student itself.
Mm,
He's from the first batch,
mm,
and he was not having any idea about the firewall and all. Okay,
mm,
so he joined the training and everything is done. So after that also, like he used to come up with some scenario kind of thing and all. So I used to explain him
mm,
everything.
mm.
Now he got hired in a very good organization. Like that is an again uh, central government supporting organization. He
Oh.
joined there.
Okay,
Okay.
those kind of opportunities will be getting, right? Central government
So
related opportunities and all we
not
will get.
it is not government. That
Mm.
company is supporting the government data center.
Okay.
So that is an again corporate office only, but that company
Mm.
is supporting. So that is what
Okay.
I said. If
Mm.
you are good in this firewall, then you can do anything. You can give
Yeah,
an interview anywhere.
data center related knowledge and all we no need, right? While we are learning this.
No, you are now studying. It's between your organization and the public, private to public network. You are the middle one who are sitting in between your
For
private and
security
public network.
purpose.
Yeah,
Okay.
security purpose.
And what kind of companies will be recruiting? Do you know? Can you give some of the companies?
Each and every company is recruiting for the Palo Alto. Those who know the Palo Alto, they will hire.
Oh.
They'll just take the interview and they will hire. They'll not uh, they will not just even negotiate about the salary also.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because most of the people don't have knowledge about the Palo Alto Firewall.
Mm. And women's or in the I'm not aware about like mostly women's are not in the networking field. I think once I am enter into they said networking only the night shift mostly men's will be doing, and firewall I didn't heard about all or like men employees are only doing in that.
It's not like that. It is not like that.
Okay.
Whoever it may be, men, women, or anyone it may be, company won't see that. Okay. They just
Mm.
want a good engineer.
Yeah, correct. And there is no age limit also, right?
No age limit.
Mm. Abroad opportunities also will have like a Middle East and all, or like
Yeah. So anyone want to ask anything, or else like I have explained everything. So if
Oh,
yeah,
so you can hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Tell me.
Yes, sir. After networking will wrapper for jobs. We will have find to ourselves.
So guys, whenever we have a requirements, we always share that requirements with our students. So based on the skills, we are sharing the requirements.
Okay.
Many time if I got to know any openings in the organization, I used to send it to the Gaurav sir.
So guys, let's take example like last month there are 4 people who hired for Fortinet. So that requirement directly from Fortinet trainer, or whenever we have a requirement from Palo Alto or any of the fire organizations, we always we shared with our students. And there is a one person who hired for Juniper from Rohit first batch. So now you can assume like what's the value of a Juniper engineer.
One guy hired for Juniper, one guy hired for Next Gen, and one guy went to Mexico for Palo Alto TAC. That too he hired from India, not from. He
so the
was not
Palo
in Mexico.
Alto Movet is a company recruiting and they are giving the training for a Palo Alto, but the basic salary is like they are providing like a 5 lakhs only.
No,
Movet,
no,
Movet.
no. Palo Alto officially, if you are in a Palo Alto TAC, that they have a basic scale of 12 lakh for freshers.
No, they are giving the training. While I was attending, also they said maximum they can give 6.5 only because I'm having the experience. And they said I was selected the TAC engineer, but they
No,
said
that is not a firewall. I guess you have given interview for IOPEX or
no, move it
CSS Corp.
only.
Hmm?
CSS Corp is a move it nowadays.
Yeah, no,
They are
see,
giving,
they are supporting Palo Alto, but they are not officially a TAC team of the Palo Alto.
they are recruiting for a TAC. They said the TAC engineer role for me, and they said like we will be giving the training for you for a 2 months
You
Palo
are a
Alto.
TAC engineer for your organization. The CSS Corp has different client. Okay,
Okay.
for them you are giving Palo Alto TAC. Okay,
Oh.
see, that is what I said. Palo Alto has a license. Okay, different
Mm.
license.
Oh.
Okay, so if you have taken not taken like premium subscriptions of license or anything, you will be not directly redirecting into the Palo Alto. There are some middle companies. So first they will check if it is not resolved from that company. Like if you are not able, if your issue is not resolved from IOPEX or CSS crop, then they will be redirecting it to Reddington. So Reddington, what they will do, their attack engineer will check. Again, if it is not possible, then they'll send it to the original Palo Alto TAC team. This is the
Oh,
process.
oh, there is also hierarchy they following, like
Yeah,
companies.
yeah.
I think, sir,
If you have a premium support for the Palo Alto product,
Mm,
if you just log into the support portal and if you just raise a case within 4 hours, Palo Alto TAC engineer will be available on call with you.
mm.
With the
Oh,
regional head manager will be on that call, Palo Alto.
okay.
And another one subscription is there. There is a super premium subscription for the firewall. So what it will happen, they will be giving a dedicated Palo Alto person for your organization. If something goes wrong, you just have to raise the case and you have to call that person. He will arrange the engineer for you within 30 or 40 minutes of time.
Okay.
So again, it depends on the license and subscription what you have get from the Palo Alto.
Okay. So the work from home options is available in this, or we need to go
Again,
direct?
again, that depends on the
Depends.
organization.
Okay. But there is a possibility we can do work from home, right? It's a
No, that depends on your organization. That depends completely depends on your manager, and that is your management decision. So
okay.
we can't say anything on that.
Okay.
मीटिंग शुरू हो गई हेलो
Yeah.
so actually for after the completion of this course
Hmm.
so um, what is that basic qualification education qualifications looking the maximum companies in an average
See, there
see
there is nothing like that. So
why, why I'm asking this
what all the
question?
things content you are mentioning in your resume. So let's assume like if you have shown experience about Palo Alto Firewall, if you have mentioned more about the Palo Alto Firewall, so then you will get a call for Palo Alto Firewall interview only. Okay, they are not going to ask you anything else or else apart from that, which is not related to the firewall. Correct?
Yeah, actually I'm openly asking the question actually because for me only
Hmm.
actually I am a only diploma candidate.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I'm in last 16 years I'm having experience, but not in
Hmm.
that around IT side or this one.
Hmm.
But I'm working in telecom company.
Hmm.
But actually in for a network design, that means actually not for the router switches can this
Hmm.
one. Other than the other department, it's a non-technical department.
Hmm.
Just we are supporting to the IP side, but it's
Hmm.
not full-fledged actually IP side.
Hmm.
So I'm going to complete this course means actually. So
Hmm.
you can tell how much possibility to get that job opportunity for this line.
If you if you work hard, if you understand each and every concept, there is a 100% chance that you will hire as a firewall engineer.
Okay. So actually, that time will they going to consider a fresher, correct? Huh?
No, they will not consider you as a fresher. It is not like that. See,
Because
see,
I'm
I'll give you one example. Now, if I share you the lab manual, now you can able to configure each and everything in the firewall. There is no need of networkings or Rohit here.
hmm,
Okay. When you required as in the sense, if something goes wrong, you don't know where to go and check and how to troubleshoot. At
correct.
that time, this training will be helpful for you. And
Okay.
when you hired as an engineer, definitely you will get all these challenges. And when you are giving interview, definitely they are going to ask you about this challenging question.
No, I'm actually not questioning on about actually your training and my
No, that is what I said. That is what I said.
so
I'm not
my
telling about that. I'm not telling about my training. Okay, I'm telling about you itself. Like how you are going to study the things.
okay. Okay.
I'm here to help you anytime. Like if I'm busy, I'm not going to respond, or else if you're sending a message in the WhatsApp, I used to reply till morning 3 or 4 o'clock.
Okay.
If
So
I'm
my
if I'm busy, I'm not going to respond. But once I get free, when I see the message in the WhatsApp, definitely I'm going to reply. And most of all, like previous batch also, like they used to connect with me. Like someone was from Dubai or something. He used to connect with me around 12:30 or 1 o'clock night. So I
okay.
used to take the remote of that device and I used to help him out.
Okay. So I will ask a little bit more deep on my career only. See, actually, 2009, I completed CCNA.
Hmm.
Okay, so after actually that time I'm working in actually I want to say missile working in Airtel. Okay,
Hmm.
so so that time actually purely for configuration and switch and everything actually in that time.